Welcome, AfterBuzzers. You're watching the After Show for Greenleaf, Season 4, Episode 3, Visions and Dreams, where tonight we talk, Lady May gets the truth, Zora discovers something new, and will AJ return home? Stay tuned for more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back, Greenleafers. We are back again. My name is Shaka Smith. I'm your host.
We try to get it together, y'all.
Let's get it together. Joined by my lovely co-host, Miss Nakia Monet, who you can see on BHL Online. Back to reality.
Yes. Hi, everybody. And for those who don't know, I am in the chat. You guys can go on YouTube and go to Greenleaf. AfterBuzz TV Greenleaf, and hit us up in the chat. I already see you guys, so I'll give you guys some shout outs.
Turn up.
And the one and only Rocky Harris, who you can see on Black Twitter Live.
Absolutely. We have the news and gossip for you.
London time.
Yeah.
I like that.
We know, darling.
Host/actress. Wow.
Not even. That's just big gags.
Well, guys, tonight, of course, we have our news, our predictions, and our Who Needs Prayer, where we go over which character we need to pray for.
Yes.
But we are going to go into our overall thoughts, and I want to hear from you, Rocky. You had some emotions that you were going through. What are your overall thoughts of this episode?
I'm just trying to figure out the connection. Well, one, where the kids come from, because even for you, I feel the same way as last week. Is like, okay, these kids just kind of came. I'm not really sure like what's really about to go on. We're kind of getting some little, dipping into the other side, which I did not see coming into Greenleaf like at all. But all right, I'm into it.
Same.
Yeah,
I like to see it.
I'd like to see it. Oprah said, I'm stepping out.
Oprah said, here we are. No, I like that the writers are going there because we have a hint of where they could be going with young Zora. So I like that the writers are taking it there. I like it. I'm confused too because we're going to see at the end where the invite is given, but I just want to ask the family, like, did anyone notice? How old was Grace when little AJ came along? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Connect the dots.
Was it high school? Was it college?
I need the timeline.
9 months? Was I hiding? I don't know.
You know.
But no, this was a good episode, though.
Is that really your son?
You are the father.
Yeah, I think my overall thoughts were just that you could see, I guess it was the impacts from little decisions or small...
Yeah.
How AJ's life has been impacted. To me, it was just volumes for that decision that she made, and I guess she continued to make that. He came back, and then she even said when he.
Because do we know how old he is? Yeah, I don't think they've really specified yet.
Yeah, if you guys in the chat know or have any idea, let us know. But I think, episode 3, we're all trying to figure out,
who is this?
How old?
I want to say he's like 24 or 25, right?
Right. Yeah, he does seem like he's probably like around...
Like early 20s.
Yeah, I mean, because if was he in jail? Because he's not in juvenile.
Right, because Sophia's 18.
And he was in jail, I guess, for 5 years, he said.
Yeah.
He said he ended up spending 5 years for wanting to sleep. But,
right, which is so sad. Because he broke into someone's home and was just trying to get food, and that's just, I know, go ahead.
Let's get into it, but let's talk about Lady May discovering the truth, because I thought, wow. What, Nakia, for you, did that signify a split or a change for Lady May? I noticed her composure or her demeanor change.
It definitely changed because for 2.5 episodes we got this, I've had a dream and we should do things differently and I want to change it. And I think when Misty, am I saying her name right?
Yeah, Misty. Yeah.
Misty. Okay, I thought I was making that up. I'm like, who's Misty? When they kind of hit her with the truth, I noticed that there's a change in her now, and I feel like she's gonna go back to old Lady May, where she's gonna try to get evil and turn up and try to get them back.
Wait, do you feel that, or did
I felt it because I don't know. I felt this whole let's change and let's do things the right way.
Yeah.
And I felt this whole, maybe it was the demonic music that they were playing in the background as she was speaking. It felt very or maybe she'll realize maybe I can't do things how I used to, and maybe she will realize trying
to be the bigger person.
Yeah. But I felt a moment where she was like, wait a minute now, because she told her we had to do this because of you. We didn't want you.
Oh yeah, wait. I caught that moment too when she got back in the car and didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I caught a change when she kind of went home and she starts going through the pictures. That to me, she realized she's been doing it wrong this entire time.
Well, I think it was nice just to see my family photos, but
I didn't think that much into it. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Lady May's just kind of going through. I feel like Lady May's trying to, like, she's switching. I feel like, and like Charity, I just want to see what Charity's going to get into. But Lady May, I don't know. I feel like she's just trying to figure it all out. I don't think she's really trying to ruffle anything.
No, because in the back of my mind, it had always been a question, like, you must have known, even if you didn't explicitly know
That's
about
how I feel too.
But in the back of my mind, it was, you must, like, some part of you must have known and decided to shut out the truth, right?
I think
And this is the first time, for me, there was a little bit of forgiveness for Lady May, because this was the first time she's acknowledged, like, or at least looked inward and said, wait, could I have known in a way?
Right.
And so that for me was powerful for her as a character, because her character wouldn't even ask the question before. And so I was like, wow, she at least is asking herself that question.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe because she realized she's done things so wrong. I do have a few comments in the chat about AJ, like we asked about his age. J-Lo O'Brien says, I thought we calculated that last week. He's 24. Thank you.
24, okay.
Thank you. J-Lo also said he's 6 years older than her daughter. Dorian says, I think AJ looks like he's in his early 20s. I say 23. So I think people are saying like 23, 24.
Yeah.
Around that time. Early 20s. But I'm like, how old was Grace?
Yeah.
Right.
Where her family didn't know that she was pregnant. That's why I was like, did she go away to college? And her and Noah had a thing? Was she hiding out? That's what I'm interested in.
I don't know.
Well, we know, I think in the show she's supposed to be in her 40s. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes sense that it was maybe when she went away in her
school,
20s.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little messy, but
okay.
I love a mess.
But we get from Lady May learning the truth, that beautiful family moment, and I think it provided some healing. Did you have a moment at all when Lady May invited Grace to sit next to her?
I did. Even when she said, like, Grace, if there's something bothering you, you can tell me.
Yeah.
And because, from the past, we never got Lady May even liking her own daughter.
Yeah.
So I think, like, I don't know if Lady May's going to therapy, but I feel like she is going through a healing thing.
Yeah.
So for her to even invite and just want to talk to Grace, and she's like,
yeah. And she said, join the family, too.
That moment, though, for me, because we already know what Charity's up to, I was like, look at Charity.
Yeah.
Look at Charity.
I did have a hard time.
I love where Charity, like, I'm so excited for what her character is going to bring, because I just feel like she's totally over it.
She's
and
interesting, as a character. But I don't like the character, but she is interesting now
I
to
like
watch.
it because I feel like she's like, I'm not naive anymore. I don't want to, like I said last week, because I got my news and gossip is going to confirm some of that. But yes, that's why I was like, I knew my predictions were off. But no, I just feel like Charity is a totally different person. I love that she's kind of like, she's tired of being like the Jan of the jam lady.
Yeah.
But I mean, but Lady May, I just feel like everybody's kind of switching. And then also too, like, because Pastor Greenleaf, he's not really saying much. He's just kind of going along with things. When she said, get that.
But I think it's gonna.
He's in his sweatsuit, enjoying
get back
life.
to the car when she told him to get back to the car.
She said,
it gets a little chilly, so just warm it up.
Because I think, like, last season, I think they're all realizing, like, they did a lot of things wrong. He done almost damn near cheated, and I think he realized, I gotta listen to my wife. Lady May realizes I can't be evil anymore and do things conniving.
And Charity, like, I can't be stupid.
Charity's like, I'm gonna get them all back.
Right.
Grace, I feel like, still hasn't really learned.
Grace is still being Grace.
Right.
From season 1 to where she is. I mean, she's grown a lot. She's a businesswoman now.
Yeah.
Intense.
To
So
some degree, she's a little bit learning to compromise, I guess, but she still has ways to go. But
and in denial. I feel like Grace has been in denial so much.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she kind of she struggles with seeing her flaws and how she contributes to problems.
Yeah. But hopefully you guys don't contribute to any of our problems and leave us some great words in the chat and some give us 5 stars. I think
comments,
Rocky's got a few words about that.
Do I? Okay, I'm doing the live chat today. 5 stars. Give us comments. You want to see us every single week, like you are in the chats, going live with us. So obviously you need to make sure that we stay here every single week. So give us 5 stars. Give us likes. Find us on iTunes. What else are we on? Come on, Shakas, bring us in.
Spotify.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, I mean,
everywhere. We're everywhere.
And we can continue to be everywhere as long as you do those things. Like I said, 5 stars.
Yeah, thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk.
Period. It was the coin.
Well, now we got to talk a little bit about our darling Zora.
Oh,
Zora,
I like where this is going.
And we're saying that she is 18.
Right.
Yes.
And so she's gone from
because it's a lot.
Zora, I thought Zora, she's gone from this abusive relationship. I thought, and it looks like she's been working on healing herself and building
she's
herself
wearing
back up. Yeah, she's wearing white
Every episode.
No, I would say she was a little bit maybe dressed in a way that wasn't appropriate for church.
Well, but people, is anything inappropriate in the
These
church
days,
going on?
right?
You know, they're just doing whatever.
As long as you show up and you get the word.
But
come as you are.
But based on this episode, what we saw, do we think that Zora is being uplifted? I actually like the interaction between Zora and Nikki, and hearing Zora hear those words, you're a queen. This, she never had that before.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think about that moment for Zora?
I think, go ahead.
No.
Sorry.
I just feel like she's getting played. I think that girl's working off of the things that I feel like people know, not necessarily weak. I don't think Zora's weak, but they know insecure, not well put together people very well, and that's why they capitalize or they manipulate people like who Zora is. Clearly, these kids have been on their own for a while, so they're used to manipulating people. So, and like they say, oh, rich girl, they're projecting what they want to get from her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not digging it.
I just thought that was a genuine moment, though, where you could see Zora was realizing a little bit of her worth.
I had two thoughts when it first happened, because I was speaking to Raquel. I was like, oh, I see what's happening. Homeboy and homegirl trying to set this up. He's doing a thing where he sends a little girlfriend in to set up this threesome.
Yeah.
But then when they shared the moment in the cabin, and then when he came in and girlfriend kind of looked like, why are you even here? I then was saying to myself, you know what? Maybe that was a genuine moment where I think the girlfriend might like Zora, and because you never really see a positive. She never really had female friends, just her and Sophia.
Yeah.
So to see another girl talking to her and then they embrace each other, I was like, oh, this is different than what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought he had something to do with it. So when I seen the reaction, I was like, oh.
I don't know. I think they're scammers.
It looks like
Could be though.
But it looks like he's not going to be. It looks like she dislikes Zora and wants to keep Zora to herself.
I mean, we'll see.
I think that's what I got at the end, where it was like, I got to pretend to dislike you because I think my man may have a crush on you, but I actually like you too.
Yeah.
So let me be fake nice with you, because when he walked in, I was like, oh, this is not. I thought it was a plan for him to pull up and be like, hey, I got the snaps.
Yeah.
Let's have that threesome.
Y'all think Zora is queer at all?
She could be. She may not know. I don't know.
I'm interested to know.
What I would say is I think anyone who's not felt love in a certain way is going to respond positively to feeling love. So will she be receptive if they are approaching her in the right way?
But
I think
romantically?
She will. The way Zora gave the girl a look back, but it was a look back of maybe this feels good, but I don't,
admiration,
or finally someone's being nice to me and sees me, whether woman or man.
We really feel this way. I did not get this at all.
I think a lot of people will accept romantic love in the place of love at all, So
right, then that even is a nod at who Zora is in being easily manipulated.
Yeah, exactly.
I got that because at first I told you I thought something completely different. When they both looked at each other and he walked in, I was like, oh, this might be something.
But I got the vibe different. She was into it. But when I say into it, what does that mean? I don't know.
Right. We just have to see.
Some people in the chat have a different idea from us. Some people say Zora is a little thirsty for me. J.L. O'Brien says maybe Zora has daddy issues. That's why she's so thirsty. I didn't get thirsty.
Daddy issues. I feel like her dad's.
Oh.
I mean, she might be.
Well, no. She might have
issues with the cheating.
He cheated.
Right.
So
that's true.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Never know.
So no matter how you try to raise your kid, the way they see what happens,
you see dad walking all over mom, and it's abusive, and it's cheating, and you're like,
and mom's accepting it, and she's still there, even though she's fighting it. But
she's a woman of God.
But you don't really see it. You just see that she's still there.
Right.
Yes. And one more comment. Shout out to Music Love Soul 33 to kind of answer the Grace question. He or she said Grace was pregnant with him at 18 because she told Noah she was pregnant with AJ, and she left home after telling her parents about Faith, and that's why she didn't tell Noah.
Okay, come on.
Got the timeline together.
Right, be our fourth, because we ain't got TK
today. Be our fourth.
Well, we got to talk a little bit about, of course, AJ. So will AJ return home? But there were so many issues addressed in that, from incarceration to what happens post-incarceration. Did you, Nakia, like how the show's addressing these real world issues?
I do. That's why I was like, shout out to the writers, because I do feel like this season they're going for it. That's why I was like, oh, we get a little threesome. Okay. I do like that.
That was an AJ's issue, but okay.
No, I'm just saying,
she's saying all the different things that are happening.
Yeah, Shaka.
Right, trying it.
Guys, I don't want to drag Shaka today, so I'm kidding. I like it because I like that they show, because here you have someone 24, 26, 35, 80, doesn't matter. Childhood trauma will always stick with with you. And I like that they're showing that, and he's, you know, vulnerable and he's emotional, and I think what Grace doesn't understand, and a lot of people don't understand, like, here you have a child that you gave up and for your, you know,
whatever you needed,
but he needs the love right now. He wants to be babied. He wants mother back in his life, and that's why I think he was so like, just give me the money and go, because she mentioned the money.
He's being defensive.
He's being very defensive. So I like that they're showing the real life issues, talking about prison and talking about how he had to do what he had to do, and unfortunately he was kind of homeless and he got arrested just for wanting to be warm.
Right. And he said it was silent for the first time.
Okay. Quiet. Yeah,
he's a young kid.
Okay, I'm tired, boss.
Yeah. So you think his reaction was warranted, Rocky, when she first tried to come in?
Yeah, I think I would probably not want to be around her either. I'd be like, just send me money. Like, I don't know why we need to talk.
Except it's like but you're trying to get the money though. Shouldn't you be a little bit nicer?
No, because I don't owe, as a child, it's not my job to pursue you. You dumped me here, and now I'm now a product of the circumstance that you've put me in. Girl, send me the money and let's keep it pushing. Like, I understand why he's reacting this way. Like, my mother left me and has an entire family.
Me personally, I'd still try to be nice to the person giving me the money.
But you have to remember that.
You would not be like that. If your mother left you.
I would be upset, but I thought he was... I would be upset, but I was like, man, he's real. Not that he's really upset.
He's
but
depressed.
It's not like he's trying to get this money.
But you have to understand. But remember,
you understand what I'm
he
saying?
didn't ask her for the money at first. Remember when Sophia left and she said to her mother, he just wants a mother. And Grace is the one, when she picked up the phone, he wanted to hear a mother's embrace. And she was like, I'll send you a check. And that went off in his head and was like, well, if you don't want me, then just give me the money.
And she probably would have never even did that if Sophia ain't said nothing.
And like Lily and Cherry said in the chat, I've been waiting for someone to drag Grace, and AJ went in.
No, for real. No, exactly. Yeah. Again, she struggles with seeing her flaws, and like Grace is a good person, but I think that she's been naive of all the issues that she has caused, and the family knows about it, but she still is not. She's like, what do you mean?
Well, she's sort of like pastoring, but forgetting that it's her life. That
she does. I really think that she doesn't realize, like, how there are toxic people in your life that don't really realize that they're toxic. I think she just has some qualities that she needs to go to therapy.
Well, because she's like, because to me, she took a tone of almost like pastoring to AJ, but like, this is your child, and you gotta like.
And that's gonna take some therapy, and it's gonna take time. He's not just gonna be like, thanks so much, I'm over this. That's why I said people take childhood trauma with them for the rest of their lives. Right. You could be 80 years old and it's still gonna affect you. And I think what she has to realize is, though I'm 23, 24. Fam, I don't know what it's like to have a mother. I don't know. You're throwing money at me, so just give it to me and get out of my life like you did before.
$50,000. Shut the hell up.
Here you go.
Get back in jail.
But my question is, if he comes home, how are we explaining him to the family?
Well, it's got to be nothing but truth, right? There's
at this point, Grace, lay it out.
Like, you got to, right?
Honestly, when Mac is dead, let's call it a day.
Well, stop lying.
Well, we still have some other secrets to unravel. So before we get to our special segments, I want to talk a little bit about Charity and Mr. DeMars. Charity is still a baby. It's what upsets me, but I like to hear it from Philip DeMars because maybe it'll resonate better. But she's still being this childish sort of Charity.
Immature.
What do you guys think about how their burgeoning relationship?
I'm here for whatever Slaughter Gang Charity got going right now. So she is guns blazing, and I'm into it. Whoever you need to take out, girl, season, let's get it popping.
I low-key love it because it does give her this confidence, because in the past, you always feel bad for the Jan Brady of the family. Sometimes it gets a little tiring. It's like, girl, enough.
I'm tired, boss.
This time, I'm tired. It gave her a little pep in her step, and I think she can believe in herself now. Though it's something bad and it's evil that she's about to like link up with this guy and do something, but she does have the confidence now to hold her head up.
But she's still a loose cannon. She fired off the email to Judy, told her she didn't like the song. Well, Judy's Bob's daughter.
I'm like,
but sometimes, do you feel like sometimes you need those explosions in life where it's like, I've done so much, I've suppressed so much. Listen, sometimes you just gotta let people have it. You gotta let life have it. And I feel like Charity's been doing it for so long. But she's been holding
She's letting everyone have it, though.
Good.
Everybody been letting
her have it.
And
Gang, gang.
Okay.
Charity is letting it off on everybody.
Yeah, including her child, who I don't see her taking care of. But
okay.
I was like, where are the little ones? Because Carissa's son, where's he? Kevin got the baby.
Where Kevin's babe?
Winky.
Kevin and Bae got the baby, and they done took that baby far away from Charity because she's not even focused.
Yeah. Charity, we got some work to do. But let us get into our special segment, our first news and gossip.
Yes, like I said, I have some news and gossip for you. As we were talking about Charity, Deborah Joy Winans, she spoke with Page Six, and she said that a lot of things have been happening with Charity, and we're going to see twists with her as a character, which I... telling y'all.
Well,
some different twists. She's completely done a 360
what
of
sort
who
of
she is.
pretzel is this going to be?
Well, 160.
Yeah.
You said what?
I said, what sort of pretzel is this going to be? Because she's already been twisted.
Well, but she's saying that what she's describing is how much she likes Charity's change from the last seasons to now.
Got you.
So she said, Winan says that Charity has been through a lot. So you see her suffer quite a bit. At this point, she's going through so much. She's grown up and she's no longer naive. Ooh. She's no longer the kid that you can just put in the corner. Yeah. And I agree, girl.
Ain't no more putting baby in the corner.
But she's still suffering, and that's like, this is all like from her pain.
It is, and
so I want to see her
but
heal.
Something might click where it might turn where she's like, oh, that's it.
Yes,
where the healing might come, but she's super confident.
Absolutely, like Angela Bassett in the scene of what is it? The movie that I'm trying to think of. Angela Bassett. Waiting to Excel. You know, you gotta have that moment. You know, I'm sick of this.
Yeah, when someone's doing you wrong, but Charity's doing everybody wrong.
She needs to, because everybody's been doing her wrong.
But have they?
Yes. Well, they put her in the back burner for so long, and I understand Charity. Yeah. Let's light it up.
I don't know.
Some people in the comments agree with Raquel. Solid Go says, yes, Charity is smarter than we think.
Absolutely.
And shout out to Deborah Joy Winans. It's great at making us feel both sympathy and annoyance for Charity.
I feel no sympathy.
She's a great actress. Great writers. Y'all have developed Charity so well, because we never thought that she was going to be where she is right now. Yeah. Like now it's like even from when she was breaking into that glass with trying to get that food, she is tired.
She's tired. Not gonna cry.
Okay,
she is a loose
and then with the she's trying to get this song together, the church song. She's like, listen, this
Judy,
ain't what I signed up for.
I'm gonna send her a charity special. I mean, come on.
She said,
I like it. I like the turn.
I'm enjoying watching it, but man, Charity, get it together.
No, hater.
Are we good on news and gossip?
Yes, we are.
Nice.
Move on. It's time. Next segment.
Now we have our Who Needs Prayer segment. Oof. And so this is where we talk about a character that is in dire need of prayer, and we each will have a little prayer or something to say about that character.
No, Shaka. You go first this week.
Okay,
at least say who your person is.
Okay, I will reveal that the person I am praying for now, it's Charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charity.
I'm gonna do something like wild. I'm trying to think, because I've already prayed for Lady May. I've already prayed for Charity. I'm gonna pray for AJ.
Yeah.
AJ, because you need it, okay?
Baby.
AJ, I just really hope that you as a character come out of whatever depression, emotions that you are laying up under. I know that must be stressful, and I know you have every single reason to not like your mother and really hate your mother, to be honest. Like, it could be at that point because you haven't been with her for years, and I cannot to understand how that must feel to never have that connection with your mother, but knowing that your mother knows that you exist and doesn't take the time out to go see you. Yeah. That's deep. And you know what? That's that on that. AJ, be blessed.
And that's the word.
Okay.
That's a good one. And I'll say this. Yeah. I'm gonna pray for Grace, because I feel like everyone is kind of trying to at least heal. And I know Grace means well. She's a great person, but she does have a lot of flaws. So I just want to pray for her and AJ in this moment and realize that you can't just shut a 24-year-old with like $50,000 cash. He needs his mother. Y'all need to go to family therapy. But I do want to pray for how she's going to reveal this to her family. I think I've said it 10 times since the show started.
Right.
That's what I'm going to say it in predictions. How is the family going to react? Because Noah is pissed. So I want to pray for Noah, Grace, and AJ, and I hope that they can come back together healing. And Sophia, girl, come on home.
Right, Iyanla, come back.
It didn't take. Come back.
Fix this life.
Come on, baby.
I'm gonna pray for Charity. Charity has been through a lot, and I think she's in the middle of a storm right now, and she's between her family, which is like a rock, and then Philip DeMars, who's the hard place, no pun intended. But I think that I think I need to pray for Charity because she's got this child. And I remember there was a scene where she called Philip DeMars from the other episode, and I think the housekeeper tried to hand her the child and said, "Oh, the baby wants his mother," and Charity said the mom's too busy or something like that. And I'm afraid that she's going to be completely neglecting this child.
Yeah.
And so, and as a result, the child might get completely.
So that's your prediction too.
A little bit of both. On that.
Right.
Yes.
But I also pray for Bishop, who sometimes, as black men, we can feel left out of the conversation, and Bishop has definitely been left out of the conversation. And so I pray that he's able to find his way and find his footing with Lady Mae too. It looks like they are finding their footing, but
Yes.
Let me play the world smaller.
Baby. I have a few prayers in the chat. Elijah Turbo says, Grace gets my vote. J-Lo Bryan says, let's pray for AJ. He has a mother and a grandmother who lives in denial. Solid Gold says, I am praying for the whole family. The whole family.
Okay.
Everybody.
Right.
Thank you guys for your prayers and your comments.
Family and friends.
The whole family getting it.
And of course, we got to go into our predictions.
Ooh, never mind.
Our predictions. Yeah.
I was trying to make the beat with it.
I want this as like a ringtone.
No, right.
Wake up in the middle of the night like, what the hell?
Right. I don't know. I'm assuming we're starting with me, right? No, I'm gonna predict that. I don't know. That's a hard one because I feel like we didn't really get left with too many cliffhangers this time.
So does AJ get accepted into the family? How about that?
Okay. I think it's going to be a struggle. Prediction. I think that Gigi is going to act like AJ, again, disown him, and she's going to act like AJ is just like a cousin or somebody that no, I do.
Wait.
Listen, because she's going to have to ease it in. I think she's going to tell them eventually, but she's going to have to find a reason to have him in the house.
No.
I don't know.
Can you imagine? She flies AJ. By the way, tell that he would just lose it.
Who knows?
I want to know how they're going to set that up. Like, how's she going to tell? I do think if she does, I don't know if they'll be a little open. I mean, they're all trying to change their leaves, no pun intended. So I don't know if they're going to be looking a little bougie and be like, oh, he was in prison. He's in our house. So I don't know.
Zora.
I am.
She needs to sit down.
I'm predicting, though, because you kind of said this last week and we were kind of hinting towards Charity and Philip gets a little spicy, it looks like.
Yeah.
So I predict that. I think they started off trying to like connive like a plan together, but I don't know if he's going to try to manipulate her and kiss her or try to have sex with her, and she may fall a little too harder for it.
Yeah.
And I do predict that Zora and that young lady are going to develop a relationship.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, it's going to be like a Miss Seeley Sugar Avery.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. No, that was such a beautiful relationship.
Because when you come from an abusive relationship and these two women bonded, they came together and
and it was platonic. It wasn't. I mean, in the book it was something more, but in the movie it was cute.
Well, on that relationship
Oprah,
tone,
hey,
Oprah. Oh, full circle.
What I will predict for Zora and Nikki is that they have a relationship that builds Zora up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll turn sour or something weird will happen, but I think part of whatever that they do will really ground Zora in her strength and her power.
Yeah, so that's nice.
So that's
right. Since you hate no Charity.
Yeah.
Charity and Philip DeMars. I think eventually Charity's gonna be the one that could change the fate of everybody, and I think Philip is gonna be the one that's caught up in the relationship, and Charity will have a choice to make between the family.
Come on,
and
Queen
Philip.
Charity.
That's what I feel is gonna eventually take place.
It's all gonna fall into her hands.
Yeah. Because she's the mole. She's the one on the inside, so she'll be able to play both sides, but it'll come down to her loyalty.
Okay.
I think
I got a few predictions.
And then AJ. I think Grace will bring him into the family and be honest about who he is. I think there'll be some resistance from probably a few family members. Carissa seems like she'll be resistant. Zora for sure. Carissa will probably we got to get that land and go now, Jacob.
Can we talk about that message though that Bishop had? That
Yes.
is so true. Buying
Yes.
land is one of the biggest keys to financial freedom. And I love that conversation because I feel like more and more black people and families just across the country need to invest in land, property, and of some type of real estate, because that is seriously get you like a credit book or some type of real estate class. That is really the key to you could pass that land down. You ain't got to sell it. You could just listen.
I love the financial. I thought you were going to say the message about loving your wife so that the family. She was like, get your finances.
Got to. No, forget your money.
No,
I feel her on that though too, because you had a lot of us, especially like the millennial, like
We don't understand.
a lot of us, we didn't have that knowledge passed down to us. So to have a father talking to his son and saying, yes, love your wife, and this is the reason why she's doing this, but fam, you got to start owning your own, and this is what we've been trying to teach you to pass it down to your kids.
And what he said about what Chris, how her happiness is going to be based off your happiness. Like she's going to be happy if you're happy in a home. Period. Like you're so worried about. But yes.
And I like how he dragged them and was like, because last year when you and Tasha,
right? Okay.
And you went through that, and that was just last year. Yeah.
Get it together, son.
Because you cheat.
Yes, I do have a few predictions in the chat.
Yeah.
J-Lo O'Brien says Grace introducing this son will cause a problem with the church and Lady May. And Brian Valentine says I predict Lady May will end up taking over the church from H&H. Open Harmony. It's a good one.
My other prediction, I think Lady May and AJ are going to connect, and I think that will really help heal her relationship with Grace. I think she might be the bridge to really help AJ assimilate to the family.
Because they both can't stand her.
Well, that too. But I think Lady May is at the point where she just wants to love and be seen as a good person.
Yeah.
And AJ's going to be the only new person who could have a new opinion of her.
And then Gigi going to be like, and you ain't been loving me like this. You neglected me as a child. And AJ going to be like, you neglected me as a child.
She going to be like, come on, grandbaby. You know what? I see that.
Yeah, and you're gonna see. That's my prediction.
Right.
We'll see.
All right, Shaka, I see
man,
you.
I want to like run into the next show and like watch and do this again.
I know. That was fun.
Don't you love it?
Thank you guys so much for joining us. My name is Shaka Smith. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Shaka Strong.
Guys, I'm Nakia Monet. You can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom.
And my name is Rocky Harris. You can find me on all social media at Raquel Harris TV.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Stay black.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.